Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Kentuckians continue to have issues with the unemployment system more than a year and a half into the pandemic, and one Kentucky city unveils a new memorial meant to honor men and women who have served our country.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good Tuesday morning to you. It's just before 5 o'clock. I'm Dakota Makris. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at your forecast. Brandon, again, it's chilly. My car was not frosty this morning, but I did wake up in just enough time to start it, to have it all toasty when I got in, and it felt wonderful.
Exactly. Now, my car didn't have as much frost on it this morning, but it did have a touch, so it didn't take me as long to get it defrosted, but it did take a few minutes. But yeah, it's kind of depending on where you are this morning, because some spots are close to 50, some spots are in the 30s, so a big swing this morning between those ridges and those valleys. 50 at Jackson, 30 at Jonesville there, so that's a 20-degree difference right there between those two communities. So just be aware of that. 46 Pikeville-Wise, we've lost the Prestonsburg sensor this morning. 45 Logan and Moorhead, 33 Middlesboro, 35 Monticello, and in Harlan as well. So some spots a little bit warmer than this time yesterday regardless, because we're seeing anywhere between about 4 and 9 degrees, actually 3 and 9 degrees warmer there across our region. So between a normal day for those folks on the ridges to a little extra for those folks in some of those sheltered valleys on the coffee meter. Out the door forecast this morning, be aware that it's going to be an unseasonably warm day. 73 the forecast high. Yes, it is November, but 73 is the forecast high. Get out there and enjoy it, because it is going to be nice and changes are on the way. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, Senator Rand Paul was in Hazard Monday. WYMT anchor Steve Hensley had the opportunity to ask him about his no vote on the bipartisan infrastructure bill, which passed the House of Representatives Friday night. Now, the infrastructure package, supported by Senator Mitch McConnell, would provide billions for highway and bridge updates and millions on public transportation here in Kentucky. The senator said he thought the bill was too big and would require borrowing money to pay for it, explaining that the borrowing leads to debt, which can cause inflation.
A lot of this money is going to be borrowed, unfortunately, because they went too big. You know, it's like they went for everything. The kitchen sink is stuck in there. Some good things will get built, but I'm also worried about, how we pay for it.
Now, you can hear more from Senator Paul on that and many other topics discussed on Issues and Answers over on our website. Senator Minority Leader Mitch McConnell was in Moorhead yesterday, touring App Harvest's facility and speaking to workers. He was there alongside App Harvest founder and CEO Jonathan Webb. Senator McConnell called it exactly what Eastern Kentucky needs and said the workers are real leaders, adding the challenge now is to take this technology into the heart of Appalachia.
How many decades have we worried about lack of economic development in Eastern Kentucky? And we all know with the decline of the coal industry, it was only got worse. And so this gives us hope.
Now, the senator hopes that money could come from the American Rescue Plan Act to help App Harvest take this further into coal country, or from the bipartisan infrastructure bill, which he supported back in August. Well, we're more than a year and a half into the pandemic, and Kentuckians are still having problems with unemployment. Thousands fell victim to fraud last year, and some are still trying to clear up confusion. Susan Shelton, a retired HR manager from Versailles, has spent months worried about a fake claim filed in her name.
You worked in HR for almost 40 years.
Yes.
You understand how unemployment works.
Yeah, most definitely, yes.
If an employee at one of the companies you worked for was trying to get in touch with someone in HR to deal with unemployment, and for 2 weeks they were trying and no one answered, I mean, did that ever happen in the private sector?
That would not happen in the private sector, because that HR person would have been terminated.
The Labor Cabinet has implemented a new identification for unemployment claims. People will have to confirm identities through a third party called ID.me. A memorial is planned for Sunday on the state capitol grounds to remember more than 10,000 Kentuckians lost to COVID-19. The governor announced 642 new cases of COVID yesterday, increasing the statewide total to 753,338. There were 26 new deaths as well, bringing the death toll to 10,019. The positivity rate is near 5.5%. You can always find the latest COVID-19 information over on WYMT.com. Data coming from the United Healthcare's 2021 Health of Women and Children report says nearly 30% of women in Kentucky smoke. A little more than 15% of pregnant women smoke while they are pregnant. The maternal mortality rate in Kentucky is the highest at nearly 40 maternal deaths per 100,000 live borns.
And that statistic is very concerning for the overall health of women and certainly the children that they care for and the children that they're bearing.
Now, Dr. Kirk says women really need to have access to early prenatal care. The report also says teen births declined in Kentucky. Well, the Eastern Kentucky University community is mourning the loss of a professor. Dr. Suzanne Bird died after being hit by a car last week. Those who knew her say she loved teaching students, people like Jana Herron, who worked as Dr. Bird's teaching assistant in the late 1990s. She calls the news devastating.
With sadness, because I truly think that Eastern Kentucky University has lost a precious person who genuinely invests in the lives of the students that are there.
Now, the university is in the process of reaching out to Bird's family and figuring out ways to honor her. Richmond police are still investigating the crash that killed Bird. So far, no criminal charges have been filed. Well, community and military personnel gathered at the Kentucky Welcome Center in Whitley County yesterday. Those with the Corbin Garden Club unveiled a new Blue Star Memorial marker. It honors those who previously served, are currently serving, and will serve. Coordinators say they also plan to unveil a Gold Star marker, which honors military families.
We're planning on near Brock Park, which is right downtown. And we have the flags there, and we have already, there's some fallen soldiers that are listed there. And so this we felt would be the perfect place.
Burchett says their organization hopes to see many more markers added across the region. As military and veterans move center stage for the month of November, the priorities don't really change for one family in Louisville. Jeremy Harrell, his wife, and 3 children look out for military families every month. Harrell, a U.S. Army veteran himself, is the founder of the Veterans Club, and every part of his family plays a role. The Veterans Club is a nonprofit that provides a number of resources like meals and housing for veterans.
No matter where that service member is from, the person to the left and to the right of them becomes their brother or sister. And that's kind of how we operate even as a family.
Aaron Harrell is a case manager and equine professional. Even their 14-year-old daughter, Lola, is the co-lead of the Military Child Equine Sessions. Well, thank you so much for getting your Tuesday started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we come back, we celebrate the beauty of family in all of its forms. We'll have those details next.
It's definitely warmer this morning than it was yesterday, but how much longer will that trend continue? I'll have those details in about 3 minutes.